friends, today I'm going to explain ASP.NET MVC CRUD operations using the scaffolding options. So why I'm telling this one? Because whenever we are going for interviews, then attend the interviewer, most probably it is level 3 companies. They are conducting system tests at that time. They are asking to implement CRUD operations using ASP.NET or ASP.NET MVC, whatever it may be. So then the time most probably they are asking CRUD operations in MVC. So then the time how we can implement CRUD operations, and I'm going to explain today. So first of all, our pre-requirements SQL Server. First we need to create the database. See, so I'm creating a new database here. Right click on databases and click on new database. So my database name is MVC. Click on OK. So this is my database. So in this database I want to create one table. So if you want to create a command also you can create, and if you want to create through user interface also we can create. So I prefer to create a table with a user interface. So right click on tables, click on new table. So first it is an employee table I am creating. Employee number, data type int. If we want to give character also we can give, because few of the employee numbers having characters also, so that as per your requirement we can give the data type. Okay, here one more thing, it is the primary key column, because employee number column cannot accept duplicates and null values, so that I am giving primary key. Set primary key. Next, ename paragraph 50. Cell. If you want to do int or double, whatever it may be, you can give. Okay, these are the 3 columns I want to implement. If you want more columns you can give. So see, one more thing here, we need to set identity column for employee number. So I am setting identity column here. See, identity specification, click on expand plus symbol. In this we have a boolean property, it is identity. See, yes, by default it is automatically, it will increment 1. So mine also having same requirement. As per our requirement we need to change and value also. Okay, so this is my requirement for identity creation. Now I am going to save this table. Save table 1. Employee now my database was created and the table also I have created. Now it is the time to create our application. So for that we have a Visual Studio 2017. If you have Visual Studio 2015 or 2012 also fine with us. So now I want to create a new project here. File, new project. See, if you want to give the name, as per our requirement you can give the name. So as per our requirement we need to browse the application in which folder we want to store. So in D drive I am storing, in D drive .NET apps I am storing this application. So click on OK. So here we need to select the templates here. So by default it is automatically select MVC. So this is also MVC application, right? So by default it is automatically checked with MVC checkbox. So click on OK. The project is creating. See, this is our project structure. So models, views and controllers. See, models and controller. We have one sample controller also there. So if you want to take the reference of any controller, you can take the reference. As well as views also, we have sample views also there. Okay. So now I want to implement a Crud operation on employee table. For that, we already created database and we are already created tables. So first here I want to make a model. So for that I am choosing the approach of entity framework. So for that I am creating a model here. Right click on model, click on new item, add new item. So click on data and select ADO.NET entity data model. See, if you want to change the name also, you can change the name and click on add. Okay, here we need to select EF designer from database. See, we need to give the server name and we need to select the database, MVC database. Click on test. Okay. So now we need to click on OK. Next. See here MVC entities. Click on next. We need to select entity framework 5.0. So what are all the tables we have? Those tables will be showing here. Based on our requirement, we need to select the table. Click on finish. Our entity data model will be creating and with one model class also by default. So see, entity data model was created. Now we should build the application once, because whatever we have created for model, right, it should be updated after building only. Build solution. See, build was succeeded. So now it is the time to create a controller. Add new item. Otherwise click on right click, add new controller. So here we have three options for MVC5. So MVC5, if you are selecting MVC5 controller empty, so it will come with the empty controller page. If you are selecting MVC5 controller with read and write actions, so if you are selecting this one, it will come up with all the methods and read, write and insert, update, delete, operate methods, but empty logic we need to write. So we have a MVC5 controller with views using entity framework. So if you are selecting this one, it is automatically the logic also will be came default by default, and as well as views also creating as per the actual methods. So click on this one and click on add. So for that we need to give the model class name, because at the time of creation of model we have a by default class will be creating here. So see employee.cs. So we need to select that class name here, employee. See employee. Select on employee. Data context class. So whatever entity data model, MVC entities, this one we need to select and click on add. So first of all we need to one more time need to build the application. Then we can try same for the previous one. So build is succeeded. Now I am creating the controller here. Add new controller, MVC5 controller with views using entity framework. Add, and we are selecting model class name as well as data context here. Click on add. See our methods as well as views also created. See here I will show here. So under employees folder, create, delete, details, edit and index. These are all are the views created by this controller. Okay, so first of all we need to go through the methods, because how the entity data model, I mean entity framework will create all these methods, we need to know. So this will be helpful whenever we are implementing line by line code, then it will be very useful for us, so that we need to go through the code once. See MVC entities, our entity name is MVC entities. So here in the controller we are creating the object for that class name here. So under index method, just from that object name dot employees, our model class name is employees set dot to list. So it will be retrieve the data in the list format. So like this, the get method has by defaultly the entity framework is created. So next coming to details, same we are passing id as the parameter, it will display the details. So next coming to create action. So it is a get action and we have post action also. See here HTTP post. Here we are sending the data, and employee model we are sending, it will insert the data, as well as edit, as well as post action, update option and delete option. Okay, so once we implement the scaffolding option, we need to go through the code, then only we can come to know how the entity framework automatically build the implement the logic here. Okay, so now once you build the application, so build is succeeded. So now, so before running in the MVC application, we should know the root.config file in abstract folder. So root config.cs. Here we are setting the which page we need to set as a startup page. So for that, which controller? So what controller we implemented now? So employee controller. So we need to keep that employee controller here. See, only name. We no need to give entire name. Only controller name we are giving here. So and the action method index only. It is a default set as startup page. In ASP.NET application also we are setting the startup page, right? So here we are setting through root dot and root config.cs. Now it is the time to run the application. See, this is our application. So by default there is no records, right? So that there is no records here displaying. So create new, click on create new, employee name Srikanth, salary 15,000, create. See, Srikanth 15,000. Another record I am creating here, some Srinivas 10,000. See, if you want to edit the record, you can edit the record. If you want to update the salary, 12,000. See, it is updated. And if you want to show the details, click on details. Back to list. Back to list. If you want to delete the record, see, it will ask the confirmation also. Delete. Like this we can implement the ASP.NET MVC CRUD operations. So if you really like this application, this implementation, like the video and give the comments in comment box, and please subscribe this video.